The brothers.
In 5, 4, 3. You have to do that. You can't say 2 or 1. You just go. Welcome back to the VG Bros, everybody. We did it. What did we do?
We made it to Idaho.
We made it to Idaho. We both live here now. We're both garage sailing every weekend. Life is good again. I mean,
so good.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, so this guy just moved here, and he's been really busy, like, moving and unpacking and stuff. I've been really busy at the garage sales. I have a metric ton of stuff. I found, you wouldn't even believe all the stuff I found. Just insane amounts of video games. Really excited about this one. You've got some stuff too that I don't think you brought any of it.
I didn't bring any, but I can talk about it a little bit.
All right. Well, let's roll tape and then we'll talk about it.
You got a score, bro?
Yeah.
Super Mario.
Dude, nostalgia wave, man.
Right.
I think that's it. We might come across some other loose end stuff. But
Okay. I'll give you $2. You brought up more stuff.
Okay. That sounds good.
You selling the Wii stuff with that too? Yeah. With
If you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a Wii. Little kid would love.
Does he have Mario?
Does she have this game? She does have that, right?
It's your
daughter.
borrowed.
Oh yeah, she borrowed that from me.
Does they have Mario Kart?
I was gonna buy her some of those, but
This one's empty anyway. What if he had a little pile of cash instead of the games? I say that because I can't be here tomorrow. That's the only reason I say that.
well, I don't. The problem is I don't.
For video game stuff, that kind of thing.
Nothing he wants to sell.
No video games you want to sell?
Anything specific?
Looking for older stuff mainly. The
Like
stuff.
Nintendo 64?
Yeah, in that decade.
I might have a whole box of like Sega and Nintendo stuff.
I'd be really interested in that. Yeah.
Thing at the bottom.
Oh wow. Mind if I just sort of take a look
just
here?
go through it.
Yeah.
And for basic,
Yeah.
yeah, come here.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm kind of looking for.
Sweetie, you need to be patient.
I think your kids like video games.
Yes.
Oh, this is cool.
Video games and baseball. So you are.
You guys into baseball?
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a whole bunch of baseball bats, but I know we're not selling those.
Well, if I bought, oh, he's gone.
I want to say they all did work.
Okay.
But like I said, it's been what,
His mom and dad cleaned everything up before they handed it to us.
7-8 years since I've even tried it because it's just been literally in our.
Well, if you tell me everything works, I could probably give you a $100 bill. I mean, I trust you. If that would
Yeah, I
work
mean-
for you.
I know it works. Your dad and mom will not do things that don't work.
Okay.
You can. Okay.
Would that work then?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
$100 is fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, later.
Bye. You gotta beat competition. That's what it's all about. Alright. That guy is bummed. He lost out on all these games. I'm trying to go to the garage sales. Get out of my way. Yeah, kind of like, before, 80s, 90s stuff, Nintendo's, Game Boys, Sega,
Not any of that stuff. I was gonna say,
PS2,
we have Xbox 360. That's the oldest that I have.
Jeez. Wow. Alright, so one of these in, I don't know, decades.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Right, you don't have any Nintendos or Game Boys, anything like that. For old video games, like from the 90s and...
No, if we have that stuff, we keep it.
The only thing I actually do have we need to get rid of is the Atari system.
We have this stuff.
360.
But I don't know if you're interested in any of that.
That's interesting. So many games.
We haven't gone through it yet. Still trying to get stuff set out, but
Yeah.
if anything interests you.
Alright. You don't have like GameCube or N64 stuff, do you? What do you think you'd want for a game and a controller?
$2.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too.
What'd you find?
Little handheld Game Boy.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I remember that. Tetris.
Yeah, I think that's the only game I have for
Oh
it.
really?
Low batteries, but fired up.
Dude. What can I get you for it?
I don't know, $10?
How about 5?
I'll do it.
All right.
Okay, so see if your uncle's awake and ask him if there's any 64 games he's not going to use. Wait. He's not awake.
Okay. Well, that's all right.
Those are all his.
Oh really? You don't have any of the games anywhere?
I guess if you really want
What kind of game is it? I don't
This is
even.
one of my favorites. It's just like a fighting simulator. Fighter jet. I got it because it was like one of my favorite games as a kid. And then there's obviously Road Rash too, which is one of the best Sega games ever.
Road Rash 2.
Motorcycle racing, you whip them with chains and beat them with clubs.
It sounds like what is that PlayStation game?
Sure he does.
What would you want for this?
I'll do like $3.
Yeah, I'll do it. Find a $2 game, making it even 50.
So this game is.
Oh,
this
that
is
goes
an
with that.
entire set,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So because you need all of this to play that
Got
game.
it. Yeah, I guess.
You can pick a game and just.
Yeah, I'll throw in a Sonic game.
Yeah, there you go. Make it an even 50.
Even 50?
Even 50.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, 64.
And then there's this game.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff. Is this something that you're attached to, or you're?
No, I'm not
Oh.
attached to it at all. It's actually my son's girlfriend. It was left in her stuff, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a childhood thing. I should probably not get rid of it. But
Well, how much? I'd love to take all of it off it. How much?
how much do you want it for? I mean, I don't even know what it's worth. You'd have a better idea because you're interested
I
in
mean,
it.
the games are pretty common, so I don't know. 15?
Yep, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give it $15 for it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks
Yeah,
for bringing
no,
that
I'm
up.
not
Thank you.
attached to it. Yeah, I'm glad you asked because I only didn't put it out because I was like, she might want that, but
That sale right there. I just scored this little lot here. Nothing crazy, but $20 for everything. Not a bad deal. Basically, like $2 a game. A couple of PS3 controllers. He had a DS and some games, but he decided he did not want to sell it. So I got this. There you go. Not sure if you can see it at that sale right there. I grabbed this stuff. They had a PS4 and a Wii, and $50 for everything. The games are mostly Wii Fit games, but there is a Wii Sports in there. So PS4 and a Wii and some stuff, $50. Pretty good deal. Later. This is kind of fun. I was in your neighborhood before you moved there. This was literally a block from your new house. So I met one of your neighbors, and it turns out they had video games. I don't know if you can hear him in the footage, but he said, I have a whole tub full of old Nintendo and Sega stuff. And of course, I'm just like, I've got drool all over my shirt at that point. I'm just like, keep talking, please. So he goes in and he brings out a tub, and the tub literally said Nintendo on the, in Sharpie on the outside. All right. Anyway, so Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, NES, PS1. We've got Final Fantasy 9, some Star Wars game, Metal Gear Solid. That's actually a good one. Cool Borders, something extreme, something. Get that out of my face. Game Day. Get that out of my face. Treasure of the Deep. Treasures of the Deep. Most of these games I'm adding to my collection. I don't have any of these games.
For some reason, I used to have this, and I don't know why.
I don't know why.
It's a
either.
really frustrating, submarine game trying to navigate underwater. Spoiler alert: PS1 controls did not work very well for that kind of game.
Is it shovelware? Should I throw it?
I honestly, it might have a little
hold on to
value.
it.
I don't
Man,
know.
It's fun to throw games again.
I know, right?
Mech Warrior 2. Tomorrow Never Dies. You know, I've never played this game on the PlayStation.
I had it on N64, but I'm pretty sure it was a completely different game.
I don't know. It's fun. Like GoldenEye was like part of our lives for so long, and then all the sequels were just like, yeah, whatever. I just stopped caring. I don't know.
That's true.
Legacy of Kane's Soul Reaver. Never played it. Tomb Raider 3, Tomb Raider 2, Crash Bandicoot. Unfortunately,
Sorry.
there's only 2 Genesis games and 1 Super Nintendo game. This one I didn't have, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I have Mario World.
You might want to double check.
I might want to double check. What do we got over here? We got Mario Duck Hunt. Oh, there's actually a couple in here that are pretty cool.
Yeah, Mario 3.
Mario 3.
Hudson Soft game, Adventures of Dino Ricky with the instruction manual.
Mm-hmm. I actually already have that one too, but...
All right. Godzilla.
I don't have this. That's pretty fun.
This is a good find.
Yeah.
Team NT3. Yeah.
Manhattan Project. I've never even played it, to be honest.
Dude, we played so much of 1 and 2.
It's just like the GoldenEye effect.
I know.
Like, we just sort of
By the time 3 came out, it was like I moved on to Mortal Kombat, and I just wasn't into Turtles anymore.
I know.
It's so Ninja Turtles like completely took over all of our lives for like a year and a half. The video games, the cartoons. I was eating the Ninja Turtles popsicles,
cereal,
everything you could imagine. Ninja. My whole life was Ninja Turtles.
We had a Ninja Turtle birthday party at one point. Remember that?
Yeah.
Mom was like, "Hey, let's put ice cream on your pizza." I was like, "This is disgusting, Mom."
And then like
she tried.
Overnight, gone. Like wasn't interested in the games
crashed
anymore.
And burned on Ninja Turtles harder than I've ever crashed and burned on anything in my life.
Yeah.
I asked them how much he wanted. They wouldn't throw out a number, so I offered $40 for everything. And then his wife is sitting there. I don't know if you can hear in the footage, and she said, "I won't let him sell it for $40." I'm like, okay.
Mind your own business, lady.
Yeah, so I did the $100 bill trick. I'm like, I have a $100 bill. Would that do it? You know, and that did it. So $100 for all this stuff, and I don't know what this is.
What is it?
I don't know. I thought it was a Game Shark. I don't know what it is.
It's a card reader.
I want it.
It's a hard drive. I don't know. It looks brand new. Whatever it is. There's only I Genesis. I've tried to like it more over the years, but
I have too. I can't
see. It's just the games are just blah.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. All right,
I got this for $2. I asked this guy, super nice guy. He brought out a box of Xbox stuff. I got a red controller and Ninja Gaiden 2. I've never played any of the newer Ninja Gaiden games.
I played the first one. It was super hard. Yeah. Of course, the old Ninja Gaiden was super hard.
That's true. They're just trying to pay homage. Got a nice red controller. I like collecting these different controllers, Xbox 360 controllers, or frankly any system. I like different color controllers. So this one's in really good shape. So $2.
$2.
I forgot to mention this came with that first bundle of systems and games, but there were absolutely no games for it. So something was missing from that. I mean.
Yeah.
A Genesis with 2 games and a Super Nintendo with 1 game. Like,
oh yeah, it's been picked over.
Someone took a bunch of games home or something. I don't know. His brother probably got them all.
Oh, the older brother, dude. How many people had an older brother that just ruined their lives?
Well, any brother, like, there's that split up. Like when you and I were moving out of our parents' house, I remember being in the basement and being like, okay, let's do the Great Divide. You want this game? I'll take this game, and you know. There's no other way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, this was a community sale, and I got there really early. I was one of the first people there, and this was all just sitting out. And he had a couple more games. They're all just dance games. So I asked him what he wanted, and he was like, well, those games are like $1 for these and $2 for these. So I just made a big pile, and I sort of counted it up to $49, and then he threw in one more Switch game. So we've got... Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap on the Switch. First time I found Switch games, I think, at a garage sale. Sonic Racing and Splatoon 2.
Switch is 5 years old now.
I know.
I mean, we're going to be seeing more and more of this stuff.
I know. We got a Mario Sonic game, Mario Galaxy 2, Mario Party 9, and 8. I don't think I've ever even played those games, to be honest. Mario Kart, Smash... We Play. There's a lot of these. Batman, Lego Batman. Get that out of my face. Mario 3D World, Splatoon. New Super Mario Brothers Bland. Yeah, I said it. It's a bland game. Wind Waker HD. Awesome
Wind Waker
game.
HD.
It's worth having a Wii U just for that game, quite honestly. Wipeout? Never even heard of this game. Another Mario
Wipeout
game.
3. Is that the same Wipeout series as the PlayStation 1?
Wipeout 3. I have no idea. I doubt it. I mean,
Oh no, that's
ABC.
Not, no. The PS1 Wipeout was like an F-Zero type of racing game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what this is.
I don't know.
Hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Nailed it.
Pokey Park. It's got Pikachu on it.
I think that's worth something. Did you look it up?
Yeah, it might be a $30 game. Scribblenauts Unlimited.
Scribblenauts is fun.
I love Scribblenauts.
Yeah.
I've spent so much time playing Scribblenauts. Pokken Tournament. Did you know that this game is Pokken is a Pokemon and Tekken crossover? That's why it's Pokken. I just learned that.
You know, Japanese, they love their crossover names.
Famicom. Yeah.
Pokemon is Pocket Monster.
Right.
Sega was Service Games.
Yep.
I mean, they love their. I don't know why.
And yet, when they bring it to North America, how come we didn't get Famicom?
Yeah, they got to rebrand everything.
Well, they sort of rebranded. They just used the company name instead.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be the Nintendo Famicom.
Yeah. What's wrong with Famicom?
Yeah.
That would have been fine.
And those are English words that they put together.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get it.
I know.
In North America.
What's going on? What was with all the marketing back then?
I have no idea. It's always bothered me. We got another Smash, Captain Toad, Treasure Tracker, another Lego game, Mario Kart 8. So $50.
Oh man, that's a steal.
It's an unbelievable deal. A lot of first party stuff. Mario Karts, Zeldas. They're all in really good condition. Everything's complete. Well, I say complete. Nothing comes with a manual anymore. So what does complete even mean anymore? This was an extraction. He went inside. He said he had something handheld, and he brought out a Game Boy with Tetris. And I think you can even hear it in the video. But he brought out the batteries and everything, and then he turned it on, and then I heard that sound. I'm like,
that's a magical sound.
Good to go. So man, doesn't this bring back memories?
Hold on, I'm just gonna play it for a few minutes.
Let's see what his high score is. This is another sale. I found Mario Party DS for $1, just sitting out at noon. Pretty cool. I'm just gonna do this without Andy because he's kind of occupied.
Go ahead.
This was kind of a bummer because I see Genesis games at a garage sale, and I'm just like drooling all over myself. All the cases are empty. And honestly, Shinobi 3 is probably the only decent game in the lot anyway.
Yeah.
It's like a boxing game and Shaq Fu and another boxing game. Anyway, they're all empty, and I got them for $0.25 each. Kind of a bummer. She didn't know where the games were. But I did find a Genesis game at another sale. His wife or girlfriend goes inside. She brings out a tub of mostly just cords and controllers. And this was sitting in there. And, there was like an N64 controller, so I had some interest. And I was trying to, say, where are the rest of the games? She told me her husband, had a bunch of games. And while I'm talking to her, he comes out of the house. And he goes, look, he's like, I'm real sorry. She didn't know better. None of this stuff is for sale. I'm like, and I tried. I'm like, how about just an N64 controller? And he goes, no, I have 4 of them, and I can't let any of them go. Brutal. And I'm like walking away, and he's like, well, what about this? F-22 on the Genesis? So, I don't know. $3. It's complete.
Is it the sequel to F-21?
Yep.
I don't know. What was it with these, air combat simulation games back in the 90s?
Oh, they're everywhere.
Every other game was Air Combat or Ace Combat or even Star Fox was kind of along those same lines.
Yeah.
Who was asking for this? I didn't know any kids my age who was really into these kind of games.
I'm guessing it was a Western developer. A lot of Western Electronic Arts. A lot of Western developers, they just didn't know what to make in terms of video games. They knew there was money to be made, and they're just I don't know, what do we do? We got to come up with something.
How many billiard games did we get back then? How many
tons.
Monopoly games did them? How many ways can you play Monopoly? We need one for every system?
How many Addams Family games did we get? And we got a Home Improvement game on the Super Nintendo. These are Western developers, and they just don't know what to do. They don't have the creativity that the Japanese have. Yeah, bowling.
The Virtual Boy has 2 bowling games.
Right?
10% of its entire library is bowling games.
Yeah, and 5% of its library is Waterworld. This was a little unfortunate, but kind of fun. We the two of us were in nowhere Eastern Washington,
Middle of nowhere.
at a rodeo of all things.
Yeah.
Because my mom lives nearby. We were just visiting. And in this very small town, they like to have garage sales on their annual rodeo day because there's like, thousands of people that come through town.
Hundreds
of people that come through town. And this garage sale, what was it, 1 o'clock in the afternoon? We were
Yeah.
getting lunch, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to run over to the garage sale. And this is just sitting on the table, PS2 Slim, and then 2 red PS3 controllers. Okay. Anyway, I think I paid $1 for everything. Do you remember?
Sounds right.
I think it was $1 for everything. This I can't get to work. I'm going to try to monkey with it a little bit more, but so far I haven't been able to get this to work.
Well, it had rained that morning, and so everything kind of got wet.
Yeah, that's what she told me. That's why she gave it to me so
Yeah.
cheap. But a little water shouldn't hurt anything, right?
I don't know. It's not good for it.
Moving on. Has anybody ever found a Famicom with the disc drive at a garage sale before?
Dude, never.
Okay, so I was out garage selling. This actually wasn't a garage sale find. This was Facebook Marketplace, and somebody had just posted something, and they said, "Is anyone interested in these old video games?" And there was one photo of just like an NES system. And so I messaged him, and then we had some back and forth, and he sent me a photo of all this stuff, like one photo after another. It was like 5 photos worth. And I said, what I thought is that we had struck a deal for $100 on everything. And so I get to his place, and he brings out everything except for the NES stuff. So the Dreamcast, we've got Sonic Adventure 2.
That's a nice one.
This is a homebrew, Elfen Lied. It's not even a real game. And then a couple of PS2 games, Full Metal Alchemist 2 and Devil May Cry 3. So he brought all these games, and I'm just like, we agreed on 100 for the NES stuff too. Like, where's the NES stuff? So he pulls out a bag and goes, well, the NES stuff is right here, but he says, I got a guy coming to give me $200 for the NES stuff. And I'm just like rolling my eyes. Like, I can't believe I wasted my time and I drove out here for this. I said, I can't pay $100 for everything else. And he said he would do $50 for everything except for the NES stuff. So I did the $100 bill trick again, and it worked. I said, look, I can give you $100, and I showed him a $100 bill, but I have to take everything. I mean, absolutely everything. And he said, well, the guy that was going to come buy this stuff, he was supposed to show up a couple of hours ago, and he never showed up.
Oh, he ain't coming. That's what you tell him.
That's exactly what.
Yeah.
Well, what I also told him is that I said, this NES stuff ain't worth $200. I'm like, and it's not. These games are all really common. I mean,
there's some decent. Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Mike Tyson's Punch
But
Out.
they don't add up to
No,
$200.
They don't. And I told him that.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? He's like, fine, I'll do 100. And then so I gave him $100 for all this stuff. I drove away, and then he messaged me and he said, well, the other guy showed up with $200. He's like, I shouldn't have done that. I'm
Nice.
like, where's the accelerator? Get me out of here. Like 5 minutes after I leave.
Oh, my clutch.
But yeah, like Sonic Adventure 2 is probably worth, I looked that up, that's a $100 game probably all by
I
itself.
think it is, yeah.
We got like Japanese games here. I don't even...
Well, so all
you
this,
read Japanese?
all the hardware came with that?
Everything here.
Everything for $100?
Everything, yeah.
Oh, my God.
The Dreamcast works.
Famicom and Famicom Disk System. Like, I've never even seen one of these in person.
I haven't either. And I think this is Mario 2, like
Yeah.
the Lost Levels version that we
Right?
got. It's the only...
It says 2 on it.
And
Is
there's
that
a picture of Mario.
Is that Japanese Mario 2? It's got to be.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what this is. Oh, and House of the Dead 2 on the Dreamcast also.
This is our Mario 2. So this is Super Mario USA is what they would have called this, right?
Are you sure it's not Doki Doki Panic?
Oh, it's got Mario on there.
Oh, you're right.
But the art design and everything looks very Mario 2-ish. Because they eventually did release our Mario 2 over there.
Yeah,
and
they
just
Super
called
Mario
it.
USA.
Exactly.
Yeah. I honestly, I just don't know, bro.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on
I don't know what
this
this is. All I know is it's all mine now, and somebody else showed up.
That's a great story. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I can't read any of this.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the NES games, we got Jaws, Zelda 2, a couple of Top Guns. Mike Tyson's Punch Out is probably the best one in the lot.
Another one of those Dino Rickies.
I know. Double Dragon 2. I didn't have this one, so I'll add
For
that to
some
the
reason, I
collection.
have the instruction manual to that. I just came across that the other day. I don't know why.
That's a weird story.
Isn't it weird that for an entire generation of Japanese people, this is super nostalgic?
Yeah.
I mean, every much as this is for us.
So I have a
Like-
question. Was it always this yellow color, or did the plastic turn yellow over time?
That's a good question.
Because originally I wonder if it was this color?
I want to say they were always yellow like this, which they should have done with everything, because then
Yeah.
you wouldn't know if it turned yellow. I could be wrong about that.
And this I can't test because it's missing, I think, just the AV cord.
And I was noticing about the Famicom controllers.
Yeah.
They actually say 1 and 2 on them. Did you notice
Interesting.
that? Yeah. Look at that.
Huh.
And the cords come out of the side.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And they go into the back of the system.
That's weirder.
Did Sega make this?
Dude. Speaking of Sega, okay, the Dreamcast has the worst controller design of all time.
Horrendous.
It's so stupid. First of all, these cords are short. I mean, this is not a very long cord.
Yeah.
And this came out in an era where people were more and more like, 4 people around a TV in a living room, and everyone's, it's kind of spread out. Like, you need longer cords at that time. There's no dual stick, so how are you supposed to play a 3D game?
Even Sony was doing dual sticks before this was even released, I
Yeah,
believe.
they
right?
were.
The PS1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cord comes out of the bottom of the controller. So now you've made an already short cord 5 inches shorter.
So that you can have this VMU gimmick up here, which nobody uses.
Nobody used that thing. It was so dumb. I don't know. Maybe you needed it for Seaman or whatever that game was.
I don't know.
Oh, such a terrible design. Dreamcast had so much potential. Sega, they did it to themselves. They shot themselves in the foot. And a lot of that was this stupid controller.
All right, there's more stuff, believe it or not.
More stuff.
Let's
Keep it coming.
clear this off here. Can you hand me that paper bag? Can you reach it? All right, I was really out in the sticks with this sale. I just kind of thought no one else is going to drive out to this garage sale. It's like 20 miles away.
Those are good sales sometimes.
It can be, and this is like 11 a.m. All this stuff was just sitting out. We've got 2 PS3 controllers, the 6-axis one. Why is that so hard to say?
6-axis?
6-axis.
Too many X's.
And then they had a bunch of games. I took what I thought were probably the most valuable ones. Death Stranding. Didn't this game just come out? We Happy Few, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Master Chief Collection, Forza 3, Lord of the Rings Conquest. A lot of people really like these Lord of the Rings games. I've been wanting to get into them. Ratchet and Clank, something or other, God of War Collection, Lost Planet 3, and Toy Story 3, and I think this might be the most valuable game in here. Bizarrely. I don't know how. Anyway, $20 for all that. She said, we just want to get rid of it. And
I love hearing those
when
words.
I said 20 and she said yes, I thought immediately I should have offered 10.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? $20. All right, we got a Nintendo 64, 2 controllers, a very unassuming garage sale, and, I'm more interested in how old people are than what their gender is. It was just a lady, probably our age. I've been having really bad luck with old people. When I see like old retired people in the garage, I don't even stop anymore. I just keep going. I just had really bad luck. But I got her to bring out. You could hear me say in the video, like I said, "Are you attached to these games?" Because she told me that she had old games, but she didn't want to sell them.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, she said, "I'll show you." And then she goes to the house. And she comes back out, and I'm like, is she just going to show me games that she's not selling? So I wasn't really sure, but she brought out an N64, Cruisin' World, Top Gear Rally, Cruisin' USA, NFL Shovelware Club. What is this? Super Cross 2000? Wave Race, that's a fun game actually. And Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest, the greatest baseball player of all time. Right?
Period.
Yep. $15.
Huh?
I probably could have offered her $5, but that's a great deal for an N64.
Hold on, we gotta do this check real quick. Everybody, ready? Oh.
Where did this come from?
that box down there that you threw.
Oh, why did I throw it down there?
Because you weren't thinking.
That's accurate. Again, really early in the morning. This was all just sitting out. It was just on a table, like on the sidewalk. I mean,
Wow.
crazy stuff. I mean, this freaking expansion pack, you could see that from space, for crying out loud. There's no cover on it or anything. I was just like, you know, it's one of these things like you just want to corral everything into your arms. You're like, nobody take this. This is mine. And so I just said, how much do you want for all the video game stuff? And he said, $1. It's like, $1 for everything? And this actually, the Wii stuff wasn't on the table at the time. I asked him if he had any more games, and that's when he went out and he went inside and he brought the Wii games. And you can see this in the footage, but I gave him $2. So, you know, when they do a nice thing like that, you should give them another $1.
Double their money.
Yeah, exactly. Triple Play something, NFL something, Donkey Kong 64, Super Mario 64, and a basketball game. So 2 good N64 games in the lot. I guess you could do worse. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. This is empty. And New Super Mario Brothers Wii. And you could hear there was another guy at the sale, and he started asking about the Wii games. And I kind of like was responding to him because I was just gonna. He said, "Oh, my daughter, you know, has a Wii, but she wants a game or something." And I was just gonna. I was prepared to just give him one of these games. I'm like, you know, if someone does you a solid, $1 on all this stuff, you're like, yeah, you know, have
Why
a
not?
Mario game. But he already had all these games, so that's why I started asking him about it. And a random Wii remote. So this morning, I get to my last sale of the day, and I notice in the garage they're playing a movie on this television in their garage, and they're using this PS4 Pro to play the movie. And so I just said, "Hey, do you guys want to sell the PS4?" She goes in and gets her son-in-law, and he comes out and he says, "Oh yeah." I said, "Do you want to sell the PS4?" And he goes, "Oh, I thought it was a PS2." Okay. "Do you want to sell it?" And he goes, "Sure. How about $30?" I'm like, "Okay." And then the lady pointed this out. I didn't even see it. This Wii was just sitting here. And she started talking about the Wii, and I was like, okay, you know, what do you want for it? And she said, $20. It's got 20 written on it there. And so we got Wii Sports, and then Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles, and then a random PS2 game, Ghost Recon 2, and then Wii Fit Plus, Wii Fit, and then another sealed copy of Wii Fit Plus. And
Whoop-de-doo.
I left the balance board behind. I told him to sell to somebody else. But $50 for all this is an insane deal.
That's pretty good.
PS4 Pros go for a whole lot more than $50 right now.
Yeah.
And then another Wii.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
All right.
Jeez.
So I've been moving. I haven't really been out much. I did go out this morning to a few sales, and I ended up with a very dirty N64 and a GameCube.
All right.
And the GameCube had a bonus game in it, Resident Evil 4.
You can do worse.
For $20 for both of those.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was another GameCube there, and it was even dirtier, and the buttons were like so stuck they wouldn't even work. You know, like the eject button, like the lid was just open, because the eject button or the open button, it just didn't even work. So I left that behind.
From my experience, when they have 2 consoles that are the same, one of them stopped working, and then they bought another one, and they never threw the other one away.
Yeah.
That's always how it works. So yeah, that one that you left behind was the one that didn't work.
That could have been it. And everything is pretty dirty, and it needs to be cleaned up. And I haven't tested anything yet, but I figured for $20,
Yeah.
that's $10 a system. I can do that. There was one other sale where a lady was like, "Oh yeah, my husband has a bunch of old games." And she was like, "Old games, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like old Nintendo." She's like, "Yeah, he's got all that." And I'm getting excited, and she's like, "Oh, but he would kill me if I sold any of that." And I'm like, "Oh, lady, why did you even tell me this?"
Don't say anything.
And then she was like, she said, "You know, those old games, they're not worth anything unless they have the box with them." And I'm thinking, oh my God, like, yes, this is what you want people to think.
Yes.
And like, if she would have sold me something, it would have been dirt cheap, because in her mind, it wasn't worth anything.
Earthbound without the box? Lady, that's where all the value is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and of course, her husband wasn't around, so I can't actually talk. You know, if I could talk to him, you know, I might have a chance. You know, run through the old play card. Hey, do you have anything you don't use anymore?
Works for me. I got F-22 on the Genesis.
There you go.
Yeah.
But of course he wasn't around, and I can't talk her into selling something that doesn't belong to her, so I didn't get anything. But
bummer.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of Idaho so far?
I love it, dude. This
Yeah.
place is awesome. The
Right?
weather's great.
Yeah.
It's hot every day, but it's fine.
There's no humidity though.
There's no humidity.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. My dog loves it. It's great. I got a whole game room. I'm so excited about this.
I'm
I have
excited
like my
for you.
own game room now. And it's still in progress. I'm still getting shelves built, and I'm still putting things in place. It's going to be a little while before, it's something that I'd want to show off, really. But
Well, at some point, we might film a pickup video in your game room.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
there's
sure.
no reason not to,
Yeah.
right? So if you
Yeah.
see a strange background, it'll be Andy's house.
maybe we'll be in Brother Andy's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm super excited. Garage sales are back. VG Bros are back.
Yep. And
Yeah.
man, this is an insane load that I have. I need to start selling some of this stuff. If anybody is interested in anything that I bought, let me know. I'll cut you a deal.
You all want Wii Fit, right?
Sealed
Come on.
Wii Fit.
Sealed.
Wii Fit Plus.
You can get this graded.
Yeah.
It's got a little.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, send it to Wada.
All right. Well, let us know what you found at the garage sales. Are there garage sales where you live? I don't know. Do they have garage sales in Phoenix in the summer, or is that kind of a winter activity?
I think it's more of a late fall activity for Phoenix.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just too hot. You can't do anything down there in the summer.
Yeah. It's hot here, but there's a lot of garage sales, and as you can see, there's a ton of video games out there, and a lot of this stuff was sitting out. Even the stuff that you found today was sitting out,
Yeah.
and it always surprises me. I see a lot more stuff here sitting out than I used to back in the Seattle area. I mean,
Yeah.
I almost never found something sitting out in Seattle.
I mean, I
It
did
was
back in
so rare.
2013. I saw it all the time.
You go back
but,
far enough,
But
yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just amazed at how much I'm seeing that's just sitting out.
The stuff I found today, the guy was like, "Oh, the video games are over here," and I'm like, my wife was like, "Do you have a sign on your back?" And I'm like, "Apparently I do." Like, I don't know. Like, do I look like I'm?
I ran into some competition too, and I slowed it down in part of the clip that we watched. But yeah, there was a guy that your neighbor that I bought the games from.
Oh yeah.
As I was walking away, I could see this guy over to my right, and it was raining really hard, and so everyone was trying to get covered. But I smelled the shark coming, and he looked at what I was doing. He could see a glimpse of like video games. And then he waited until the transaction was done. And as I'm leaving with everything, he walked right up to them and started asking them if they had any more video games.
Yeah, sloppy seconds.
Man, that Super Nintendo stuff looked pretty cool. Do you have any more? I can't think you can hear it in the video. I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, look. Yeah,
What are you gonna do? You got to get there first.
you got to get there first, and you got to ask.
Yeah.
He may have even been there first. I don't really know. But I'm the one that asked.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that was a long video. And we're trying to be a little more professional. We got some B-roll now, so
Yeah, we're gonna hire like hair and makeup artists to do our.
I think we need to hire Riff to do our editing. That's what everyone else is doing.
Who's Riff?
Pixel Game Squad? Yeah, never mind. He doesn't know.
I'm
anything.
out of the loop. Okay, bye.
Bye.